What's happening, YouTube? Welcome back to episode 2 in the Grandmaster 2 Top 500 series. This time we've got 2 beginners who are green and purple, as well as 1 novice who is the blue player, who at the moment just lost 9 troops, splitting a 2. That was quite unfortunate for him. On the opposite end of the luck spectrum, the green player is getting Australia on his very first turn, and he's not going to face any resistance from the rest of the players, so that's going to give him an early lead over us. Immediately, I decide to go for Europe and then make sure that I take out my troops from South America so that blue can get it, because I could tell it was pretty obvious that he was going for that continent. The purple player has his army in the Middle East right now, so he needs to decide whether or not he's going for Europe, like whether or not he's going to fight with me over Europe, or he's going to go to Africa. So in this situation, since he is undecided on which continent he's going for, I'm just going to build up a really big army in Europe just to show him that that's the continent I'm going for and that he shouldn't mess with me. He shouldn't try to fight with me. Although he's already broken his alliance with me, because I think he got a little bit annoyed that I took some of his territories. So hopefully he doesn't end up suiciding on me or attacking me too much. At this point in the game, this alliance means nothing to me, that he broke it, especially since I don't really need his help in attacking or dealing with the other players, since green is getting the same amount of troops as blue, or he was until purple just invaded blue. I guess purple invaded blue because blue actually pulled his army out into North America, so maybe purple thought blue wanted to go for North America and then he could go for South America, but blue put his army back into South America, showing that he's going for this continent. Purple has a set, but he doesn't end up fighting with the blue player for South America, and instead of that, he chooses to move to Africa, which was the correct decision in this situation, and not fight with a player when it's not necessary. The blue player is aggressively expanding and actually captures both of the Americas, giving him an advantage, although not an insurmountable advantage, because I'm going to take over Europe, and together purple, green, and I will have more troops. We'll be earning more troops each turn than blue, so we don't have to worry about blue becoming too strong and being too dominant. Especially since the purple player is also going to go for Africa. We don't really need to worry about blue becoming too strong. Okay, I just want to take a moment to explain how I am defending Europe right now. So I'm not really defending it at all. Like, I have nothing guarding my borders, and I'm just basically relying on my alliances with the other players and their generosity to not invade me. But even if they invade me, I'm only going to lose 1 troop, and I have a huge army in the center just to use as a counterattack on them if they decide to actually attack me. But it's at this point that the green player captures Asia, and then also in the same swing, same motion, invades blue into North America. But even after the green player did this maneuver, he is not the overpowered player. He's not getting more than all of us, because if you add up the continental bonuses taken together, he's getting +9, whereas the rest of us are getting +10, so actually he's not getting too much. He's not going to become overly strong. Alright, at this moment, the purple player actually decides to suicide on the green player. Fully suicide, just to, for whatever reason, he decided to go and blitz both of his big armies. Maybe he had to go to the bathroom, or maybe his mommy was calling for him or something, but whatever the case was, he quit out of the game or decided to go suicide on green. But I'm just going to take advantage of this situation by having full control over the purple player's life. I can just make sure that I'm going to be able to take out the purple player for his cards. And then trade in a set after that. And then I can actually try to hold both Australia and Europe. That's a really strong position. If these players don't attack me, that would be really nice. But I'm pretty sure that they will end up invading either. They'll probably end up invading me into Europe. I don't really expect to hold it for very long. Green is going to take this point to go for North America. He doesn't actually take it fully this turn though. But he is fortifying a large army next to me. At this point, I'm just trying to take as many territories as possible to increase my troop bonus. The blue player actually broke his alliance with me again. This wasn't the first time that happened in this game, but that just reinforces the idea that he will end up invading me. But I have no problem with either of the players invading me. If they end up doing that, all I will do is just, I won't retaliate, I won't attack them back or anything like that. I'm just gonna move my entire army to Australia and start just taking one territory per turn. Just basically being super passive. And it actually wasn't the blue player who attacked me first, it was the green player, to my surprise. So I decided I was thinking about fortifying some troops to that border, but instead I just didn't do that. But the moment when the blue player started teaming up with the green player against me, all hope is lost at that point. So it's not just one person who's attacking you, it's when it's two people attacking you, then you should just back out, because you're not going to be able to deal with both of them at once. Unless you're like super far ahead, and at that point the game is already over. So I started threatening the green player a little aggressively, pretty aggressively. This is not going to be really good for my diplomatic relationship with the green player. The blue player is actually like blitzing my army of 7. I'm trying to tell green to attack blue, but obviously he's not going to be too happy with me placing my army next to him. So in order to improve my relations with the green player and to make sure that blue doesn't become too much of a dominating force in this game, I ended up invading blue into Europe, as well as moving my army away from green's border. So hopefully I will be able to work with the green player to deal with blue. Because if you just look at the board right now, I have Australia that counters blue's South America, green has North America that counters blue's Europe. But he's actually holding Africa, so he's getting more than us at this point. But the good thing that happens is that blue makes a mistake of invading green. He should have waited just to hold onto his territories. He was already getting more troops than both of us combined. So if he had waited, then he could have been able to hold that position unless green decided to attack him. But up until that point, green wasn't really willing to attack him. So blue just threw that away, his advantage, and made it so that green would 100% attack him into his continents. So that was a huge blunder on the blue player's part. That kind of explains why he's a novice as well, because if he knew better, if he knew to just hold on to his dominating position, then he would be a much higher rated player and he would be a lot more skilled as well. So now blue is just piling up troops in Europe, and the green player fortified a 47 troops army next to South America, so he's gonna go for that. So blue has two options. Either he would fortify more troops next to that border so that green wouldn't be able to invade him, or he can just do what he did, which is pull out and just build up an army and try to go for Europe instead. But as you can see, green has an army there preventing blue from taking Europe. So that's gonna really anger the blue player. And given that he's a novice, he's bound to do something crazy. I mean, that's probably another reason why he's still at the novice rank. Low-ranked players do all kinds of crazy things that keeps them from becoming higher-ranked players. And actually, it looks pretty obvious at this point that he's going to go and blitz both of those armies, so both of those big armies. And that's exactly what ends up happening. Bye-bye 19, bye-bye 44. Bye-bye balance of the game, because now I have 137 to a combined 124 troops of green and blue. So the game is over. I can finally take out both of them in a single turn. All I have to do is just fortify my army out from Australia and into a unblocked territory. It doesn't really matter where it is, as long as I can have access to both of the players. So it's at this point, it's only a decision of who to take out first, and I would like to take out the blue player, because the blue player was the one to break the balance of the game. He was the one to make that decision, that blunder of not only breaking the balance of the game by blitzing green's armies, but earlier on losing his advantage by angering the green player by unnecessarily attacking him. Like, he had such huge advantage and he blundered it away just by, for no reason, attacking blue into his continent, or the green player into his continent. So I just decided to take him out first and award my ally, the green player, who deserved to be second place. Alright, now I'm going to be showing you my rank. It's at 1787. That's all for now, and thanks for watching.